Yeah, sure you do. Wait,
All right, let's swing
what do you
across.
do for kid entertainment? You can't pull off
That tree
Randy
is
Marsh's
huge.
magic
Don't worry
trick.
about it. The ropes will take us to Rose in an instant.
I can juggle. I can do voices. I can dance naked in the moonlight. And then
Again? Ugh,
later
I
we'll do
have
paper
no
mache.
shower shoes up here.
Oops. I told her I did that when I was a kid.
So you're the guilty
And then we'll
one.
try balloon animals and
Rome
see how that
anyway.
plays out. Do you want me to tell you what the Zorro game should play like The Witcher 3? No.
Did you
No,
build a
actually,
treehouse for
there
Rome?
is
No.
a
Why do you
really
ask?
good game.
There are
Sorry, before we
windows.
continue, Robin. There is a really good game, indie game, that exists currently that you can buy that's basically the perfect rendition of Zorro. But you play as a female character. What is... When did this come out? Because I feel like it came out for free on one of my, I don't know if it was on GOG? Hold on. On Guard, I think it's called. Have you seen this, Robin?
No, I haven't.
Okay. On Guard is a small little indie game where you play as like a female kind of Spaniard. Very, like, storytelling is generic as fuck, right?
Hmm.
And it's very campy. But the gameplay is actually really cool because on top of the fact, so it's currently on sale. Normal price is $29.95. It does go on sale quite often. This thing, actually, let me pop up my desktop, and I'll just play it here. If it plays at... Where is... Type the name here, please. On God. I want to get Blasted. Not the game. Can I get theme? Here we go. No, it's not playing the audio. So yeah, it's got like certain mechanics that are like a Sekiro, but on top of that, you've also got the ability to like kick boxes, kick environments into the different enemies. You can throw the enemies around into the environments to watch them trip. And
So
it
it's kinda
really...
like Sleeping Dogs.
Yes, yeah. But it just, it feels like the kind of game that you'd want Zorro to be. Just, you'd want to obviously change it to a more, slightly more serious tone.
Yeah.
But it's just, it's really cool. I've never finished it, but just from a gameplay standpoint, you can tell that they obviously didn't put any or much focus on some of the storytelling aspects. But the gameplay, they just nail it in such a fun way that I was very impressed. So yeah, if you want like a really cool Zorro-like example, that I think is a perfect game design. And I would honestly, if they had a bigger budget, or they could at least hire a better story writer, I would hire them to make a Zorro game, because honestly, it's just chef's kiss. Perfect. It Takes Two. Just want to make sure. Is that coming through? Where's my game audio? Now it's all stuffed up. No, why'd I do that? Why? Is that now working? Yay, that's working now.
Okay. I found it on Steam and I've added it to my wish list.
Yeah, check it out. Like, I think, again, for what it is, I think it's a really cool experience, and it plays with some really neat game design ideas. In a way that I honestly haven't seen. Like, even Sleeping Dogs. Sleeping Dogs, for me, is more of a Batman-type game. With a few environmental type things that is similar to, like, the
Let's get across.
Punisher game from, like, back in the 360 days.
Yep.
Where do I throw this? Anywhere?
Still got it.
Am I supposed to hit the window? Or was that just like a have fun moment? Okay.
Hey, I
Interactable.
don't see a way to
I
get
would
to
say
Rose's
so.
room yet.
Let's get higher. Woo!
Woohoo!
Weird,
But yes,
useful.
definitely worth checking out.
Ooh, bouncy.
Woohoo!
Woo-hoo! I'm a superhero with a robe.
Oh, man, it is.
And beware
I'm trying so hard in the
Playman.
back of my brain to not press the B button. Is this the mole or the mouse? I'm trying to
That tree?
remember.
I don't like it. We gotta get to Rose's room.
But can't you see how far away it is?
Yes, I
Isn't
can
this
see
the
how far away
bees?
it is. That's
Is
why
it?
we gotta keep
Yeah,
moving.
yeah, this is where we fight the
Someone
bees.
inside who can help us.
Ah.
The queen bee, but I think we're helping. I think it's like mice or something,
Whoa, 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 wait.
or
Yeah.
squirrels.
We don't know what's inside there.
Come on, it might be a shortcut to the house.
Yeah, but what if it's not? What if it's... Who sent you?
Yeah,
No one. We come in peace.
We're trying to get to the house.
The house? What's your business there?
We haven't got time for this. Is this a shortcut or not?
you've got plenty of time. Come on.
When I make my move, you're free to check the king. No, Ron, no! What is it? He's going to sacrifice himself.
No, you can't.
There must be another way.
There is no other way. Harry, you
Do
know
wanna
this.
Stop Snake getting that stone or not? I think I jumped.
No, yeah. Oh god.
Heard of this book?
I used to be able to do it off by heart. It's such an iconic scene.
He says that it's important to forgive each other. Because then you can become friends again.
I was hoping someone would ram the door in the girl's face. Oh my god. Oh.
You're busy.
We'll ram something.
Sorry.
Or is that a bit too dark for Twitch's liking?
Cody, are you okay?
Yeah, been better, but I'm okay.
Those are really clever chairs.
You're working for the Wasps?
What? The wasp?
The wasps,
Don't
that's
play
it.
dumb. Did they send you here to kill
Not
us?
the bees. That's right.
No, we're not working for any wasps.
We'll see whose side you're on. Pull a switch.
You got it, Chief.
Yes. Absolutely amazing.
Oh, get away, get away, get away!
So we can't seem to kill him. They just keep appearing.
And why don't they die?
Oh, they just slap viewer discretion. Ha
What if they
ha.
can help us?
Let's
Nice.
find out. Abort.
I mean, probably not if I want to get more people.
You okay?
Yeah, you?
Yeah, just about.
That was terrible.
Horrendous. Ah,
But I have warned that this is mature
Mr.
content.
Mr. Big Squirrel.
So, you want to get to the house?
yes.
We can get you there.
Really? You? That's very kind.
On one condition.
What do you mean?
Follow me.
He sounds like Idris Elba.
Come on, it's a terrible idea.
He so does.
You know, want to go.
I'm Idris Elba, the squirrel. Come with me. And then we'll get another squirrel that'll be,
Wow. They must be
Dwayne
real
Johnson.
hoarders.
Actually, I was thinking of someone else.
Hey, mate, that's our remote control. They stole it.
Those sneaky
I'd love less content from The Rock. I think he should retire from acting.
Actually, have you seen the new movie where he's playing I think it's a wrestler?
That's my underwear.
Crazy. Hasn't he already done that role?
Yeah, but this feels a little bit more like he's actually giving a shit, and it's almost like he's going for an Academy Award type of role.
Oh.
Yeah. I was looking at him because he's completely like, the makeup looks phenomenal. And I almost didn't recognize him. That's how believable he's making himself be in this role.
Kill those crazy creatures.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I feel like he's wanting to pull away and do something. He wants to be taken a bit more seriously as an actor.
That's why you're going to need these. My latest in cyber hazelnut technology. The
As long as he can show more range, sure.
combined with a drill bazzer
Anonymity.
X200.
The Rock should just stop and go live his life. I mean, he technically could. He's probably got more than enough money.
There's one more thing.
But
We
why?
sent an
Why? Like,
undercover agent who could
he enjoys the
operate
work.
robot.
At this point, it's just fun.
As planned, the wasps believed the robot was their real queen. But instead of wiping out the wasps, our agent was seduced by its power and switched sides.
So, kill the wasps and the agent in the robot, and we'll help you get to the house. Understood?
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
but, isn't there a more civilized way that we can...
No. And now you're outside. Perfect. Lovely.
I really don't want to have to kill giant wasps.
Why? It'll be
You
fun.
wouldn't have to if you'd cleaned out the hive.
What? What hive?
The viewer is always
Remember?
right.
In the
About
real
what? The
world,
Rock?
In
No.
our tree?
No.
I asked you so many times and you promised to get rid of it.
Yeah, fine. But we wouldn't even be here if you hadn't knocked on the squirrel's door.
Haha. B.
At least
Get
you
it?
can lead us to the
B.
house.
What are you kidding me? You believe
That's a horrible
that?
joke.
I
Don't laugh at
trust
that.
those squirrels. They stole my underwear.
Oh, believe me, that was a blessing.
Oh, really? Well, at least my underwear is now a sophisticated part of a flying machine.
How dare you question us,
Seeing as how
viewers?
you can fly.
Of course
You
do.
dare doubt the viewers?
Ugh.
Oh, hands up.
You know what? I
Impulsive has a gun.
back to my real body.
Down, kitty. Down.
Oh, me too.
Report Jacob doubting the viewers.
Hey, what now?
I guess it's time to kill some wasps.
What? Alone?
Don't worry, we've got weapons.
Ye of little faith.
Homemade squirrel DIY drill bazzer tap shaky things?
You saw how powerful they are. Let's drill, Baz.
Yay! And now we're actually separated. You gotta keep them separated. So what's mine do? Sticky, sticky, sticky. Yay, I open doors. I'll wait for you at the bottom.
What you're listening to is another one of my latest hazelnut tech creations. You'll find them at
B.
throughout the tree.
There you go.
The trees that have dicey and drill bazzer mascots
Those
are
squirrels weren't kidding.
but when
Yeah.
combined, they
This
are
is
a
a
deep
war zone.
It's a nice space. Is there a... I'm trying to remember if there's gonna be... Ooh. There we go. Oh, we just meant to be shooting different things.
I have no idea.
Alright. That's that. So I just shoot random shit and then you shoot it after. What? You think you're some kind of Sith Lord? Get the fuck out of here, Darth... Wait, Syphilis? All the power in the world, yet you look like a ball sack and look took a crispy charcoal bacon as your apprentice. Doko going wild with the dark side. Feel the power flow. I can't even speak. I'm just lisping here. Feel the power flow. Flow through you. Yes, do it. No, only money.
Wow. This is impressive.
I'm getting spooky vibes.
I will just keep. Wait. What? Oh, you just meant to keep shooting. Oh, okay. No money, no praise, no deal. Sorry, I'm supposed to be doing that in Waters. I'm a Tidarian. Mind tricks don't work on me. Only money.
This one's ready.
Come on, come on. Okay, there we go. Woohoo! Are we? Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
And then we
Well
go up.
played. Well done. Oh. Yeah.
Progress.
I like progress. Progress for the sake of progress. Nothing up here? Nope.
That was a big tree.
There is a big tree. Can I shoot that big tree? Am I supposed to? Yep. Nope. That was it. Woohoo! What are you shooting at?
Just the world.
I mean, that's... So yeah, Siege of the Sandfox. That was one game that I went through, finished. Really fun in its own way. Lacking in certain bits, but I was really excited to give it a go. And give me a sec, because apparently I didn't jump on. The other one that I've been playing and finished up to its current state is No Rest for the Wicked.
Oh, you
With-
finished it.
Well, at least what's currently out, up to its current updated part of the game. Man, it's so fucking good.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like... I feel like I've just watched like 1 or 2 seasons of a really good show, and I'm now waiting for the next season to start.
Oh.
It's so like the animation, the storytelling, the world building, and like the intrigue with like the politics and stuff like that. Plus, should I be doing that? No. What do I need to? I need to drop something.
I think the
That.
paint can?
Yeah, I need weight.
Darn, the sap isn't sticking.
Oh no, I think the grapple.
Aha. That makes sense. Can I interact with that? I can. Oh, you're gonna need to shoot it.
Oh, yeah.
Now you do your spinny thing. Can I do anything with that? No.
Jump on it.
Yep. Thank you.
That's alright.
And now... do I have to stand on it? Yep. There it is.
Nice.
So, yeah, it is a really cool game. You can see that there are certain mechanics that they still want to add.
They really are nuts.
Look at those Tesla coils.
There's some interesting balancing that I think they still... I think some players are wishing they... and they might actually add for the, to the game later. More around the magic classes. Because, like, right now, your magic is very much anything to do with spells or even long range. Like, if you want to do archery, you have to have some level of comfortability in getting up close with the enemies. Why? I think you might...
If
is
you
there a
put
way...
this anchored down,
Oh, yeah.
do I have
Yeah.
to?
No. Yeah, I think so. So, how do I jump on it? All right. Hold on. You got it? All right, cool. Hold on.
Yeah.
Here it comes. And one more. There we go.
Nice. Good work.
Thank you. And I gotta be on here now, I think. Yep. So yeah, at the moment, like, because you've got your normal stamina bar, you've got your health bar, and then you've got a focus bar. So you don't have to worry about mana. You're just building up focus. And you either build up focus organically just over a small period of time, but the quickest way is by just attacking. So for any class that requires magic, whether you're doing a special or you're doing like base magic, so this is including like archery, you're having to do some level of melee in order to build up the focus. Start? What's that? What do we need to... Oh, there we go. Haha.
Hey, I wonder what these buttons do.
That's a good question. What do these buttons do?
Might as well say.
Yeah, but I feel like there's a specific thing I need to do.
Nice moves.
Oh, wow. Right, so I can just literally punish you right now. Oh, that's neat.
Yeah.
That's
Expected this from squirrels.
that's kind of mean, but yeah, this is I feel like I've been doing nothing but punishing you this whole. Ooh, wow.
Seems about right.
Wrong button.
Oh. Okay.
I'm getting tired of this, Cody.
Yeah, that's fair. There you go. You can come back out. There you are.
I am not gonna let
Thank
you forget
you.
that one.
Lighten up. You look fine.
You sound like the dragon egg thief
Yep,
in
yep,
Spyro.
yep. Are we supposed to do something with that? I think you need to shoot these.
Oh, do I? Oh, do you have... Yep.
I think I'm meant to do something. Hold on. Oh, I've only got X amount. Alright, try now. Okay. Wonder how much it needs. Hold on. Oh, that worked! Yay! Alright, cool.
Looks like something was
I wasn't
kept
sure if
in
it was
here.
going to be enough of a
Thing
reach.
big. Whatever it was, it's gone now.
It's a very forgiving game.
It is, which is nice. I appreciate it.
This one's ready.
Yep. Alright. Yeah, that one. There we go. And then we keep moving forward. Nice. But man, the gameplay, when you get into like the crux of the game and you like start building up your resources in order to strengthen your character, the kind of builds that you can do, the fact that like even being able to craft your own weapons and have the crafted weapons be just as viable as the things you find in the open world is super
Ooh,
fun.
nice.
Because like
Yeah.
like whatever you, this is the interesting thing. You can find really interesting weapons in like the kind of exploration of the game. And they will have all sorts of like random little properties and stuff to how your what extra bonuses to stamina you get, or what extra bonuses to attack or build up or focus, or types of damage that you do if you're like able to parry better, or like extra bonuses that you might get after you do a parry or a block, whatever it may be. You get swords that are like cursed or have like the plague on them, so they will give you they will give you a bunch of really cool stats, but then they'll give you one that's like a debuff, and it's usually really kind of punishing. But if you can find other pieces of armor that can kind of negate that, then you can really kind of OP yourself in really interesting ways. So there's a lot of flexibility in that. But what's fascinating with the things that you find in the open world, though they may be already kind of pre-leveled compared to what you build, they do not give you the same level of stat control that you have when you actually build a weapon. And you then have essentially 4 slots that you can attach with certain runes. So you can either roll the dice and find, you know, a weapon somewhere, and there's chests like everywhere in the world, so you'll always have some sort of loot that you're kind of finding, whether it's resource based, whether it's a weapon, whatever it may be. And typically whatever you find that are like specials, or these like the plague type weapons, the plague ones usually have a decent amount of stats, but anything else will typically only have like 2, maximum 3 kind of perks, whereas your like normal weapons that you can then customize yourself will have 4 slots. So then you've actually got more capability to strengthen yourself or customize that weapon or that armor piece to your style, which is really fascinating. And then of course you level up each of the armor bits or the weapon bits as you kind of progress through the game with certain resources that you find in the open world.
So if you find a chess piece randomly in the world that you really like, you can build up that armor piece.
Yep. So even a base weapon, you can build up to be the kind of weapon that you want to use throughout majority of the game. There's obviously weapons that you will drop like newer versions or newer variants of weapons later down the line. But for the most part, yeah, you can literally kind of start and gear up your original gear and almost keep that running through to the end of the game. Very much like a Souls game. The resources required can be a little bit grindy, especially if you want to be able to play with different types of like setup. So it does, almost like a Souls game, it does very much incentivize you to find like the 1 or 2 weapons that you like and then specialize in them or kind of keep building them. Otherwise, you're spending a decent amount of time exploring the world in order to find the resources you need to strengthen it back up. Because, like, for instance, anything that you typically build will be at level 1. And then you have to have the resources, which can be time-consuming, especially when you need to go out, find the ore that you need to mine, and then you need to turn that into your ingots to then obviously use like, and it's not like 1 or 2 ingots, it can be like up to 3 or 4 in certain cases.
It sounds like Fantasy Life I, which is very much a grinding game.
Yep.
And it's all about,
oh, I know what I gotta do.
You know, you've got your combat lives, so you've got 4 of them. You've got 4 gathering lives, which is your mining, your wood cutting, your fishing, and farming. You need those 4 lives because they interact with the crafting lives. So, wood crafting, or wood... What is it called?
Like wood chopping? Yeah.
Wood chopping, that's it.
Yeah.
Wood chopping relates to the carpenter life because it requires you to get wood. The mining relates to the blacksmith because that's where you build your weapons from. But the game wants you to craft certain things so then you can level up and access more recipes. So it sounds very familiar to what I'm currently experiencing in Fantasy Life.
Yeah.
Where it's all about now you need to grind for the resources to then build that recipe.
And like, to be fair, it's and this was what was so weird for me, because like for a large portion of the beginning of the game, everything that I was finding in the world that I was exploring, like I'd already had at a certain point I leveled my I know what I gotta do. Hold on, because you gotta shoot it, but you're not gonna be able to see. How far can you see? You can see from there. All right, so if I do that. Try now. Yes, you can. Nice, thank you. Yeah, if you just go through, and this is what's interesting with the way the game is kind of balanced, because all the gear you get is very predicated on where you are in the story itself. So if you're only up to, like, say, the early parts of Act 1, and you've leveled, like, you've gone off grinding and found, like, different things in, like, the rest of the world, and you're leveling yourself up. Because you can, like, you can go to most parts of the game quite freely. And you can, like, grind yourself and make yourself pretty freaking strong just by getting all the resources that you need, building up your town base, and, like, getting your, like, your own little home base set up. Because you've got, and this is what's cool, in the town itself, you've got multiple places that you can buy, from, like, your lower class poverty areas to your upper class, up, like, near the town center kind of areas, which have very distinct different looks and different kind of sizes to how much room you've got to play with. But it's where is I going with this point? Yeah, so all the gear that you find in the open world does not change level until you get to a certain part in the story. So you can be going through a decent chunk of just exploring the world, leveling yourself up to, like, level 10, level 15, level 20. But your gear, what gets dropped and what you find in chests doesn't change until you progress the story. And that was kind of weird because, like, for me, I'm so used to, especially with these kind of ARPGs, and that's kind of how they designed it, where it was meant to be, this is like our version of a Diablo. And typically with a Diablo, when you're in, like, the first area, you're going to have low-level gear compared to when you go to the next area where you're now going to have higher gear. Whereas here, it's sort of that, but only up until a point. Because as you progress, and it's kind of interesting from a in-game world perspective, because what it's kind of telling you is that as you play through the game, there are things in the story that's changing, which means you are now introducing new elements to the world. So where I'm at in the game has introduced a whole new set of mechanics with a whole new series of threats that have now changed me being able to explore old spaces. So now when I go to old spaces, it incentivizes me with this new mechanic, which is like the area's got plague, and I have to clean out the plague in order to then fight a major boss, which is typically a boss that you've already fought in the game. Kind of like the way Diablo does it, where it's like, oh, I'm fighting this boss again that I've done in the base game, but now I'm doing it in this setting in order to get some rewards.
And they're slightly tweaked?
Yes. No, the boss themselves are kind of function the same way. Typically, in some sense, a little weaker, but I would say that they're going to be adding some mechanic. that they've already talked about where they'll be able to increase the difficulty for players that want a harder challenge. And I think they all are also looking at adding a far more easier mode, because there are players that are struggling, especially early on. Like, this is the one thing, and they've acknowledged this themselves, that early on in the game, there isn't a decent amount of quests to guide you through and strengthen you up to get into the second area and go through that smoothly. Like, you go through the first area, and you can, like, I can run through that first area in under 5 or 10 minutes. I don't even need to worry about most of the general fodder, because I know that most of it is unimportant until after that first boss. Like, you want to get to that first boss so you can unlock the town, and then you start kind of playing with the town mechanics. And I can basically do that boss at like level 1 or level 2 just by powering the fucker, because he's actually that easy when you get used to him, compared to some of the other bosses that the game gives you later on. But it's so much fun. Even if you do play it the first time, you want to explore, because there's so many like hidden nooks and crannies. And then you get to some of the other parts in the game where they're like, okay, well, and this is what they've started adding from this recent expansion, where they go, okay, we're going to give you these like little dungeons inside the world that are for a higher level. So it incentivizes people who have kind of gone a little bit further in the game to come back to some of those older areas and go into these dungeons, which are like these new spaces to explore, and again, find more loot or find whatever may be, whether it's related to the plague, which is the new mechanic that they've added since this new patch, or whether it's just a general boss that you're doing for one of your dailies or your weeklies. And those, I think they need to tweak some of the rewards, but your weeklies are probably the most important thing in the game, because at least up until now, it was the only way that you could get one of the main resources that's in charge of increasing your inventory size, as well as your weapon and your like ring slot size. So all your different inventories, so you have like your bag space for your weapons, you'll have a bag space, a series of spaces for your crafting, a series of space for your food, one for your gems, but they're limited to like, I think it's 4 rows to begin with. And so you need this resource called Ichor that allows you to expand it by an extra row. And the only way you get the Ichor is by actually fighting major bosses, which there's only obviously a handful so far in the base game, and they take a while to get to, or it's doing these weeklies, which give you Ichor from doing the weeklies. Now, provided you've completed up to where the game is currently at, the new plague system, because that obviously has you exploring a space, and then you fight a boss at the end of that, that is now the new way to obviously build your Ichor. Which they added this mechanic specifically because a lot of players would, in order to kind of game the system, and I thought this is cool. So you can have your major character. This functions very similar to the way Valheim works. So you've got your character, which is its own save file, and then you've got the world, which is another. So you can basically play a world and then use whichever character you want in that world. So if you want to, so if you want to start a new world, you can do so with your existing character, or you can start it with an old character. But it does mean that, technically speaking, if you want to sort out the Ichor issue early on, you can just go create a new world, go through, make the run all the way to the first boss, beat him, do the whole introduction, which is easy, go to the tower, and spend your Ichor on the character, save out, delete the world, create a new one, and then rinse and repeat. And so a lot of players, and because it was one of the first things I was like, all right, I'm going to try this. Yes, it works. Yes, I did it, because it's there. Why wouldn't you? And it's one of those contentions that the developer obviously realized, yeah, a lot of players have been doing that as a way to grind, whether it's grinding the weeklies or just replaying that intro just to get all their inventory space maxed out. So in its current state, There is still a lot more that they, I think, need to add. I'm curious to see if you're only ever going to be able to expand and upgrade the current main city of Sacrum. Because, like, what you're doing is not only are you gathering resources for your character to strengthen him, but you're also gathering resources to give to a builder. What are they called? Yeah, essentially a builder who's essentially helping you reconstruct the city and rebuild it. And so they're like things to, say, improve the blacksmith's forge so that he can now sell better equipment, or he can sell or have better materials, or like better resources that you can, like tools and stuff that you can work with. Or, you know, you want to improve the two ladies that are in charge of the tailor's store, where it starts off as a small little shop front that's just like a tent, and then by the time you level that up, they've now got like a proper store, like a fully built store that you can interact. And you've got like all the components in there that you can use to turn like certain cotton into like wool, like threaded wool and stuff like that, which you then use to craft and improve or strengthen your armor and whatnot. So it's a really fun game with some cool potential, but you can see that it's still like early days, and they're still obviously trying to flesh out. They're looking at adding some sort of farming system, which I think they need, because a lot of the healing side of the game, it's predicated on food. Like there's no, you don't worry about it's not like a Souls game where you've got only X amount of potions and that's it. You build the food, or you like craft the food, and depending on what you craft will determine the quality of the food. But certain types of food, if they're obviously at like a higher health value, require better resources or more resources. So like a Zelda, you're having to mix, instead of just making mushroom soup just out of mushrooms and like a leek plant, you can now make like this really like really robust meal that might use 2 mushrooms, 1 leek, a fish, and something else, in order to give you health as well as maybe like a stat increase.
Oh.
Yeah, so there's a lot of cool systems like that, but of course there's a lot of kind of going out into the open world and grinding for those resources, which is relatively easy to do. It's surprisingly fun, just kind of, because again, you're being rewarded not just from experience, but also the resources and, you know, finding newer loot or better loot, whatever it may be. And the farming system would probably just add the ability to have, say, seeds that you can then plant certain foods and crops that you can then just have, okay, well, I want more berries, so I'm going to plant these berries so I can get more of this particular resource, so I've got that readily available. So there's, yeah, systems like that they're looking at. There's the difficulty stuff that they're looking at, obviously expanding the story, and I'm assuming expanding the level cap, because I think it's only 30, though I haven't quite hit the cap yet, so I'm not too sure. And then improving or changing the way your magic characters and your long-range characters work, so that now your base attacks for your magic or long-range only uses stamina, and then if you're using your special, that's the only thing that uses focus, which they're not sure how that's going to work from a balancing perspective, because I think they're concerned about the PvP side of it. But from a PvE perspective, I
didn't think it was online compatible yet.
Not yet. They are talking about it. The next thing that they're looking at, it will be the multiplayer side. So they are adding co-op, but they want, yes. So soon we'll be able to play together, but they are wanting to add more content to it first before they get to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah. Because it is, I gotta admit, like, I did it, it still took me a while. I think I went through 15 hours Let me have a look here. Oh, where's my Steam? Steam. Hello, Steam. There we are. No rest. So what am I at? Yeah, no, sorry. I have clocked in 45 hours currently.
Whoa.
And I don't even feel like I'm near the end of the story. Like, the way the story's panning out right now, it doesn't feel like the end. It feels like we're just getting started. Like, I've just done, like, Act 1.
God.
Mm-hmm. And, man, I will say, the way the exploration works, it's the one thing that I think you are going to dig. Because the way the exploration kind of plays out. There's a section that you go through, and you will... Because, again, you're only looking at the world from one angle, right? And unlike Diablo, where you have very specific... You press a button, and you climb up this wall, and that's the only way you can climb. No. This is, like, full platforming. So you might have to go, like, behind certain things to find, like, little nooks and crannies that you can then... Like, you can get behind... Like, you can get up to a wall that's up the top, shimmy across, and realize that, oh, there's, like, a whole cave and another little dungeon just behind that waterfall that I didn't notice the first time. Or, you know, you're on the beach, you're exploring the beach, and you're like, well, I'm not going to go out into the water because I can't swim that far. Not realizing that later on, when you kind of go around to one of the other parts of the map, you're looking down at that beach, and there's actually like a quicker way down, so you can actually link the first area to the third.
Oh,
just by swimming from the beach. Yeah.
Shortcut.
Yeah. But you wouldn't know that until you've actually explored the space, and you go, oh wait, there's like a whole other area that if I just swim from the very beginning of the game, I can now access this other area, provided I've unlocked the ladder that I need to even get down here or get up there. So just everything interlinks in this really organic and really unique way. And when you find all of the little ways that it all interconnects, you're just like, oh, it's just so rewarding. And then you get like interesting mechanics where they play with the water systems. So you'll be in a dungeon and you'll be in like this labyrinth that you're exploring, and you're like rising or lowering the water levels, which is changing the environment that you can then explore.
Oh.
So yeah, it's
sounds like Tomb Raider.
Yeah. There's some really cool bits in it, and man, like I said, the story is just it's like, honestly, there are moments where I could just go, wow, this is like Dragon Prince, but just better. Just the way the animations play out, the way the story's kind of playing out, the world building, I'm like, I want to know more, and I can't wait for the next update for it. I need this game to be done. A, because I think it'll be a wonderful experience for you to play, and I'm looking forward to you trying it out. And B, just because I need to know how it fucking ends, because it's so fucking good.
Well, if they're gonna start working in like a magic class, I'll wait until that drops.
Look, the magic class is all there. Like, you can do mixed classes, you can do magic. It's just right now you're having to... So any, like, I'll give you an example, because I haven't played with magic, but like the archer, right? All the characters, and this is a cool system. So your abilities are linked to a type of weapon that you pick up, but you can also buy those abilities and add them to whichever weapon. So you can have up to 4 on a weapon. Right? And you can change it. If there's a weapon that you go, you know what, I don't want that specific attack. Like, it might be like a really big slam, or it might be like a ranged attack that it does, whatever the ability is meant to do. If you don't like it, you can remove it and then put something else on. So you're not like forced to use that specific ability for the actual weapon. But all those abilities are obviously using your focus. Now, for anything that's like your your range class, if you're picking up a bow and arrow, it will usually have two abilities. It'll have like a special ability, which will be, okay, we're going to shoot like a volley of arrows in one area, or it might be like 3 arrows shooting at like straight in front so you can like hit multiple targets. And then you've got like your basic attack, which is just shoot the arrow. But the shooting of the arrow is using not a massive amount of focus like the regular attacks, like the specials, but it's still using a little bit of focus. And the only way you can build that back up is either A, you have certain pieces of armor on that will organically build your focus up over time, but the realistic way that you build your focus up is by attacking. So it means you kind of, you can be long range and you can like do a couple of volley shots at an enemy, and then you have to get in and then like cut them up a bit and then dodge back and then keep shooting them. But the plan is to obviously change that mechanic so that instead of using focus for your standard attacks, it'll be like a normal attack where it'll use stamina instead. And then you can then just be long ranged all the time if you want. You don't have to be forced to use like close combat when you want to play a ranged character to build up focus.
Oh, okay.
But how that then plays into the balancing of the game, like will it make it too easy with some of the bosses? I don't know. I think this is what they're trying to figure out.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Far out. Okay, well, it's on my wish list.
Yeah. Keep an eye on it. I will let you know when they do. When they add the multiplayer, because I think that'll be the... Holy shit. Oh my god.
I pull the string.
Yeah. Come on. I don't think I can do this any... God. Fuck!
Oh! And my controller's about to die too.
I don't know if I can do this!
Give up, May!
Yeah, give up. Come on. Come on. Ah, yeah. Oh my god, my fucking thumb.
I'm the master.
Oh.
One win, and you're already a master.
Man, I don't know if, like... I know I'm getting older because my dexterity for that kind of shit is just non-existent. I know I'm going to be playing this with Piper one day, and she's just going to wipe the fucking floor with me, and it's going to be like, yep. You got it, kid.
And you thought I threw it out.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Well, you're gonna have to teach her how to develop her cognitive skills with all these video games.
Yeah, I know, right? Man, she's already like, whenever I'm playing stuff, just her face literally just turns around and it's just like, ooh, what is that?
When we get out of this mess, I'm having a cold beer.
I'm having two.
What if we're stuck
We
here?
went to
Stuck like this?
Kate's parents' place today
We'll get to Rosa
because it's Emma's birthday on the
What if we never get to
19th.
her?
Please stop
And
talking.
tomorrow
Keep
she's
running.
her sister has organized like a time zone thing, but we're gonna be home because we've got Kate's friends coming down.
Okay.
Plus I've got some editing and stuff like that that I still need to do as well. Oh,
Pulls ahead.
oh, that's the easy way to do it. I was doing it like in a weird fashion.
Please, incredible.
There we go. So much easier. And for Emma's birthday, her mom got her the Oculus.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah. Quest 3S. So it's like the base version. But still, like I think it's a really cool gift.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
it's impressive, like, on top of the fact that Emma's obviously known a bit about it, so she was excited to get her hands on it, which is all neat. But it was really cool to even just see the excitement on her mom's face when she was kind of like playing with it, trying it out, and going, oh, wait, this would be cool. And then apparently one of her friends at work is like, oh, you should totally get Phasmophobia on the PlayStation and we can play online. So she's wanting to play Phasmophobia with her work friends. I'm like, wait.
Oh, that is sick.
How the fuck do you... Like, she's like, hey, what's the name of this horror that starts with P? And I'm like straight away, Phasmophobia? It's like, yeah, that one. My friends at work are suggesting I should play it, that it's really good. Like, it's a really fun horror game that you can play with other people. I'm like, yeah? But unfortunately, they've only got a PS4. It's not
is it
released
not out on PS4?
No! Here's the fun fact. A, it's not out on the PS4. Because apparently the performance on the PS4 is not that good. And there's some regulations that I was reading online that PlayStation's very adamant about with the expected experience on the PS4. Oh, no. So we need to spin this. How do we spin this? Is that... Oh. Wait. How... Is that because of mine? Oh.
Oh, it's... Okay.
Okay. That's interesting. Bees. Bazaar.
There's
There
one
another
that's
one?
just...
Yeah, I see him. Hold on. Got him.
Ah,
There you go.
thank you.
That's alright. Now, are you just meant to shoot it, or am I needing to, like...
I have no idea.
Hold on. What the hell?
Oh, shoot this one.
Oh, wait a second. Am I
The
supposed to
weight
be...
system.
Okay. That makes a bit more sense.
So
But wait,
now you
are
want to
you...
start getting the top one.
Can you shoot that? No? Okay.
So now do this
Yep,
one.
yep. Shoot the bottom one. Okay. Alright.
Great.
This one looks tougher than the others.
Hello. Oh, shit. Hey! Alright, his butt is now covered. You can get behind him. He will have an exposed butt.
Oh. There we go.
I'm just gonna keep adding more shit to that. Whoa. Whee. Where is he? There he is. Hey, do me a favor. When you get a chance, can you, like, blow the rest of those, Yep, thank you.
You're welcome.
I might as well try and unlock this thing. I'm at it. Nope. Yeah, nice. Come on. Come on. Where you go? Oh shit! No, I missed it.
There we go.
Nice. All right, we gotta wait till this boss battle's done before it moves. He's got a colored butt.
There we go.
Come on, come on, come on! Yeah. Yep. Hey, nice. Come on, buddy. Come on. Come on, we got you. Yep. Go. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's
Looks
3.
like it. Let's get through that vault.
Nice work.
Oh, look at us go.
I know. Nailing it.
Soldiers, the security system has detected 2 intruders. Why haven't you eliminated them? We are searching for them, Supreme Wasp Queen. Search harder. Bring them to me. Dead or alive. Yes, Supreme Wasp Queen.
That is one scary queen.
Don't worry.
Really?
It's just a squirrel inside a robot.
Yeah, a very
Squirrel
big
inside.
robot. It's trying to kill us. You know, maybe we should just turn back.
Are you chickening out?
No. We were just, exploring the,
Premises.
Right.
I think you look scared, like 2 little chickens.
No, not at all. We were just scouting, preparing for the mission.
Yeah, right. Preparation.
Oh, I just realized there are matchsticks inside her gun. Oh, that's cool. That's such a cool detail.
Reminding us.
You're welcome, man. Hey, got it.
You done?
No.
What an asshole.
That book is really
Such an endearing game.
Yep. Oh, yeah.